Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Taylor P and I'm super excited to be making my second YouTube video. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to everyone that has liked, that has commented, that has subscribed to my YouTube channel. I really do appreciate it. I'm grateful for all the feedback that I've received on my first video. If you are new here, yes you, if you are new here, trust me, you're going to want to stay here. We have lots of fun here. You're going to learn a lot. Mark my word, you're going to want to stay here. So just go ahead and subscribe.
Boss up and change your life. You can have it all, no sacrifice. I know we did you wrong.
This video is going to be completely different compared to my first video. Within my YouTube channel, I'm going to be doing a series called 10 Things I Think I Know. And I know it's called 10 Things I Think I Know, but trust me, I think I really know these things. So within this series, I'm literally going to let you in on my life. I'm going to let you in on the many things that I've experienced, things that has hindered my growth, things that has allowed me to grow mentally, physically, emotionally, and most importantly, spiritually. I'm hoping me telling my story can possibly help you not go through what I've experienced. My ultimate goal for this series is growth and success. I need you guys living your best life to the best of your ability. So we're about to have some fun. Go ahead, get comfy, get your blanket, get some hot chocolate, some coffee, some tea, something, anything in your fridge. We're gonna have a talk. Let's go. So just to let you guys know, there's going to be 10 different parts of this series. And the first topic today is God places the best things in life on the other side of fear. Let's get right into it. What is fear? According to the internet, fear is an unpleasant feeling or emotion triggered by the perception of danger or imagination. That's what fear is. We're laying out the definition right now. So first and foremost, what I need you guys to understand is that fear is in the mind. Most of our fears are not physical fears. Like, yes, of course, we have fears of heights, or we have fears of, we're fearful of animals, or, maybe we're fearful of flying or driving. We do have physical fears, but most of our fears aren't physical fears. Most of our fears have to do with our thoughts. Most of our fears have to do with the negative thoughts, our assumptions, those what ifs, the but, or the I'm not sure, or I can't, those thoughts that come to our mind, that is where fear lies. So if fear is in our mind, right, and we have control over our mind, then that means that we have the ability to kill fear. And this is what I'm literally about to hit on today. My goal is for y'all to kill fear, okay? Because we need to kill fear so that we're capable of seeing the beauty that God places on the other side of fear. So my goal on here right now is to help y'all kill fear. And your question probably is, why do you want to, why fear? Why are we speaking about fear? And I'm about to get into it right now. Fear has been the number one thing in my life that has stagnated me for a really long time. And I'm almost sure that there's someone else out there that has dealt with the struggle of fear. You're just uncertain. You don't want to do certain stuff because you're fearful of what people are going to think. You're fearful that you may fail. You're just, you don't have that push to do it because you're extremely anxious. And I've been there. I've been there for a really long time. So if you're someone out there that is struggling with fear, you want to stay here and you want to listen to everything that I have to say today. I was fearful of so many things. I was fearful of not being successful in life. I was fearful of public speaking with so much to say, yet I was so fearful to speak out. I was fearful of just being uncomfortable, stepping out of my comfort zone. I was fearful of failure. And it wasn't until 2017 when I went off to Seton Hall University. Going off to college was just stepping out of my comfort zone for me. That was the first time I really had to step out a little bit. And, I was weary of the unknown, what's to come, how my roommates were going to be. Just, I was just very uncertain and just nervous. But it really wasn't until my second semester of college when I met these two individuals. Shout out to my friend Kadeem and Zano. These two individuals pushed me out of my comfort zone. They literally introduced me to the entrepreneurship world. And this is when I grew a love for entrepreneurs. I knew about entrepreneurship, but I didn't really know what it took to really develop a business until I met them. They threw books at me left and right and mentally grew me. We used to literally have competitions of who could finish a book first. Our ultimate goals were 4.0 GPAs at the end of every semester. These two individuals pushed me, literally pushed me to my full potential. They pushed me to be a greater person. So, and that brings me to the fact that it's very, very important to have people in your life that are, looking for your best, that want you to be the best person you can be, that are pushing you out of your comfort zone and just really rooting for you. Now, this was the second time that I really had to step out of my comfort zone, and it wasn't until I had to make the choice to transfer from Seton Hall University to Beloit College. This has much to do with the fact that Seton Hall's nursing program just wasn't best fit for me. I was also in a very dark and low time in my life. I was very depressed. I was very anxious because I was leaving my friends that I made at Seton Hall University, and I was once again uncertain of what was going to come next. And even after, reading these books that mentally grew me, I just didn't know how to really apply it to my life yet. So once again, I'm back to being fearful. I'm back to being anxious at this time. I'm back to being, just very, very weary. And it wasn't until one night I'm literally laying in my bed, could not sleep, and I hear a voice. And God literally says, stop. Literally, stop. And he literally says, do you really believe in me? And I was like, what? And right then and there, I had realized that I was the biggest advocate for God. I was the biggest advocate. I always said, God has done so much for me. God has been so good to me. I always speak about the goodness of God. I always spoke about how much I believed in God. Yet I was so fearful. I was so anxious. I was so, nervous of what was to come next. And I literally always read in the Bible that God literally says, do not be anxious about anything. Come to me in prayer. And I'm like, if you believe this, Taylor, why are you so fearful? Why are you so anxious? If you believe that God has this all under control, what's wrong with you? Why are you feeling like this? And I had realized that it has much to do with my thoughts. It has everything to do with my thoughts. It has everything to do with my mind. You get what I'm saying? Because if I had really believed that, God has this all under control, then I should not be fearful. I shouldn't be anxious because God got this, And right then and there, I literally texted my youth leader from my church, and I texted her. I said, I'm going to come to church to minister soon. And I knew that was what God had called me to do. I knew that that's what I needed to do to really step out of my comfort zone. I had so much to say. October 2018, I went to my church and ministered about how to kill fear. This is me ministering at my church for the very first time on October 18th, 2018. When I say God places the best things in life on the other side of fear, this is what I'm speaking about. I then spoke at Nelson Mandela's School of Social Justice to a bunch of African American females just like me. I then gained the courage to start up my wig business, which was called Boss Ladies Wigs, which transferred to Boss Wigs NYC LLC. I was then invited back to Seton Hall University to speak on a business and branding panel. Now, this is not to toot my horn. This is literally to say all glory to God, because I could not overcome fear without God. There is only 3 things that has helped me kill fear. And the number one thing is I had to create a greater connection with God. I had to develop and devote time to God, because I no longer was just capable of being an advocate. I had to be someone that truly believed in what God said. And I had to act on it as well. I had to really start praying more. I had to start reading my Bible more. I had to switch up my music. I had to really go all out for God so that I wouldn't be fearful. I had realized that I can do anything. I can do anything with God on my side. So I had to really go all out for God. And that was the first thing that I had to do. I had to create a greater connection with God. Second thing I needed to do was I needed to embrace uncomfortable situations. I had to understand that uncomfortable situations meant growth for my life. And that's what I wanted. That's what I needed. I had to just be excited about what was uncomfortable, because that's just the reality of life. If you stay in a comfortable spot in your life at all times, you will never mentally grow. You will never physically develop. You will never spiritually develop. It just won't work. I had to realize, and what people have to realize as well, is that we were fearful because we focused on our losses. But if we switched our mindset and focused on the gains, then we would become unstoppable. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, comment down below if you really understand what I'm saying when I say this. Like, we have to switch our mindsets to focus on the gains in any situation rather than what we lose, rather than the negative. The third thing that I needed to do was I needed to control my mindset. I needed to have full control over my mindset. Any negative thought that came to my mind, I had to back it up with something positive. If my mind said I can't do something, I had to say I can do all things through Christ, who strengthens me. I had to speak that out loud as well. You have to understand that to stay positive, you needed to be around positive people as well. You need to be around uplifting people. You need to be around people that want to see you succeed in life. You don't need to be around people that are going to stagnate your growth. You need to be around people that are fully rooting for you. The ultimate goal is to stay positive. And once you realize that power is in the mind, once you realize that you have control over your mind, you have control over your thoughts, you will become unstoppable. You'll become fearless. 3 things for y'all. Create a greater connection with God, embrace uncomfortable situations, and third, control your mindset. I'm hoping that you receive something from this. I'm hoping that you leave here after watching this video fearless. I'm hoping that you're ready to defeat the world. There's gonna be times where fear comes your way, but there's a reminder, real quick, remind yourself that God has the ultimate say. God has this all under control. If anything I said in this video resonated with you somehow, some way, if you got anything from this video, please make sure you like, comment, and share this video to someone. Help me help someone. I love you guys. God bless.